All right, welcome to State of the Game for the 8th of September. I look a bit startled because people are yelling outside.
There's
I
a
assume
lot of screaming going on outside. I'm not sure what's
I
going
assume they're celebrating or something. They're like 1.4.
They're all here for
1.4.
your
Yeah,
birthday.
they're
No.
celebrating your birthday, Mish.
Kevin's birthday too.
Yeah.
It's not just me.
We have
We have
a
two
few
birthdays.
birthday.
Two birthdays in the room.
Can we get some happy birthday Hamish in chat, please, guys?
And Kevin, come on. Just leave the cameras for a second. Come and say hi. All right. Yeah. Yeah, you can go that way.
Yay!
Wait, Kevin's birthday too.
Can we get some happy birthday Kevin as well?
There you go. Kevin's helping us out with the cameras today, so
Thank you guys. You guys
that's
are
cool.
awesome.
yeah. Thank you very much.
Nerf birthdays.
I
yes.
got older. Apparently that's
We
an
are aware of
achievement,
it.
I guess. I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
like 50 today, so cool.
You're 50.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. But I mean, meh.
True.
All right. That's done. We have actually interesting things to talk about,
Yes.
which is cool.
Yeah.
So much so, and I'll turn this around very quickly. Perfect camera change. So much so that we had to put it sideways.
Yeah.
It didn't fit.
And we actually have
We
two
have multiple things. And Quentin's put his balls on the table. You might have noticed.
Maybe.
No, you can't see it. You can't see the table.
Can you show your balls to the camera, please? We're gonna.
That's my
I've managed to convince Quentin, who's a master magician, to show us some magic today. We'll get through the actual Division-y stuff because that's what we're here
I
for.
mean,
This
we're
is,
here to
this
talk
is the
about the
Division
game.
game channel. I mean, it's sure, but magic.
Yeah.
So come on. But if you want to stick around for that, that's cool. If you don't, that's fine. All right.
Let's-
1.4.
Let's talk about the
All right.
game.
Exactly. All right. Before we get into the 1.4 stuff, the issue that we're aware of.
Yeah, there's one thing we wanted to mention because there's been a lot of discussion about it on the forums. High end, below level 30. Yeah, not cool. We're
Coming
looking
from
into that.
underground
Yeah.
folks, we know about that one.
Yeah,
for sure.
definitely.
That's on the table. But obviously, there's a lot on the table right now because of 1.4.
Yes.
And as you know, we have Elite Task Force people here in the office right now. They're currently,
Yeah, just below,
they're basically
actually.
directly below us right
Yeah,
now,
I think
one
if we're
floor
actually
down.
making a lot of noise, they
Yeah.
might hear us.
Exactly. So actually, first day went really, really good. But we thought it would be important to show you guys, talk to you guys a bit about some of the top level things that we're going to address with 1.4.
Yes.
While I remember, because otherwise I'll forget, we will have a more in-depth stream on the topic next week,
Yes.
next Tuesday. I think we are locking in 7 p.m. our
Yeah.
time.
7 p.m.
So
our
that
time.
would be 1 p.m. East Coast US. Oh, wait. British friends, 6 p.m. for you.
Yes.
I always forget. Although it's 1 hour, so math. And then that would make it 10 a.m. for West Coast US, 5 a.m. New Zealand, sorry. And Skill Up, 3 a.m. Why we do this to you, I don't know.
Okay.
Or something like that.
Okay.
Anyway. Well,
So Tuesday,
we'll figure it
yes. Next Tuesday, September 13th. 7 p.m. CEST. All the conversion time that Hamish just did.
I might be... We'll publish it
Well,
accurately.
We'll
I
make it
probably got
publish.
something wrong. But
Yeah.
anyway, next Tuesday, we'll have a more in-depth special report about 1.4. But top-level intentions. That'd be cool.
Yes.
Do you want to start with this?
I think Quentin will
All right.
Yay.
go through it.
So 1.4, and we are just going to talk about, at least here, the balancing topics
Yes.
that come with 1.4.
Mhm.
There is also a lot of bug fixing, some quality of life features, but just the balancing focus for 1.4. First of all, and that's like our main work right now, is the time to kill. We all know that after level 30, especially 33, 34, 35, the NPCs goes insane in terms of health pool they have, how much damage you need to actually kill them, and how much damage they deal to you. That's completely off. And we kind of completely lost the fine balance between RPG and shooter that
Yeah,
we
exactly.
had during the whole leveling game.
Yeah.
That needs to come back. So our first priority, rescale the NPCs to follow up the same path as it was during the leveling experience.
Yeah.
So basically reducing their health and damage by quite a lot.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's our first priority. Of course, what does that mean? If we just do that, well, the game is suddenly becoming 3, 5, 10 times easier.
Yeah.
It's because there is, of course, the other side of the table, the player and player power.
Exactly.
One of the biggest issue we have right now, and why the balance is off, is that there is such a big gap between an average non-optimized gear and a well-optimized with the proper skills,
Yeah.
proper gear sets built at the same gear score.
Yeah, it's
There
huge.
is no way in the current state that we can balance the game for those two groups of players.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So we need to shrink that gap and to reduce the gap between how more powerful can I be than just by optimizing my gear, than just having like random gear at the same gear score. Reducing the NPC, reducing that gap between well-optimized and random gear, and we will go back to a more fun experience. Like I shoot at stuff, they die, I don't get one shot, and that will that's our main focus.
Yeah,
for
a lot
the
of that scaling kind of it comes back to the good scaling that we had pre-level 30. So if anyone, and I know Yannick and I have done this recently, played through 1 to 30 again, that time to kill feels great. You know, it's you have to be tactical again. You use your skills in ways that aren't you just running over triage for and having infinite heals and all these sorts of things. But I'm really excited for the post-level 30 stuff.
Yep.
And, there's a lot there that's going to be a huge improvement.
Yes.
Sure.
So yeah, there will be changes rebalancing on skills. There will be changes rebalancing on gear, etc. But overall, you guys, all of you, will feel way more powerful against those NPCs.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Someone I think it's Killinger, is just saying 1 to 30 is awesome. Menace UK saying the same thing. We agree.
Yeah,
We completely agree.
I think it's just the whole point that we need to look at the overall experience again, and for that, as we said, it's one part of the issue is the NPC, but the other part of the issue, I would say, is, as you said, the gap between very min-max, very fully optimized gear and non-optimized gear. So by reducing that as well, then the end result, or what we're aiming for, is an end result where time to kill is going to be shorter. As a player, you will feel more powerful. You still can be better by optimizing your character, just with a lower gap than what you would have now.
Exactly.
But overall, it's going to be a better experience, much more fun experience for everyone.
Exactly.
And
you'll have choices to
not
make
bullet
as well.
sponginess anymore.
Like right now, and we'll get into this a little bit later on, but you have a situation where you are probably going to get skill power capped, you're going to get toughness capped, and all these things, and there is one way to go, almost. I mean, there is some variation, but like everyone can do it, and then you have infinite heals, you have a max smart cover, and all these sorts of things, and that's not the way we want it to go.
And if for some reason, like you don't spend your life on Reddit or watching YouTube videos and everything, you don't know about those like gold rolls and best stats in the game, and then the game is way too hard for you, especially, for example, if you are playing solo.
Yeah.
Which is part of the second point.
Good segue. Nice.
Difficulty scaling. So right now in the game, and I think you guys are all aware of it as well, there is, for example, a huge gap between hard and challenge content. And then even on top of that, you have heroic. That creates a lot of issues, especially for solo players, because you only get the best reward from the most hard content in the game, and the hardest content in the game is only accessible for group players and groups of well-optimized and coordinated teams. Then if you are casual solo, you kind of hit a wall at some point, which is around the hard difficulty right now in Underground, for example. You cannot get better gear, you cannot upgrade, you cannot move forward, and you kind of, how am I supposed to get better? So the second point will be difficulty scaling. We will go way more in depth. That's a big overall revamp of the difficulty, so we'll not go too much into details, but basically what you need to know, much more granularity in terms of how can I select my difficulty in the game, and ensure that no matter what I do, no matter the group size that I have, every activity will always provide me with appropriate reward.
I think the idea here was really like, so you would not, as you said, you would not hit this wall where you're, especially as a solo player, like, ending up doing hard mode as a solo player, and then you're like, okay, the next step would be doing challenge mode, but I'm completely stuck in challenge mode, so, I can't do challenge mode except if I actually have to find a group or whatever, so,
So solo players, you will have stuff to do. You will find
Yes.
upgrade. It might take a little bit longer
Yeah.
than with a group, for example, but
Yes.
we want to open the opportunity to everyone to play as you want
Yeah.
and get upgrade.
Exactly. That's going to be a big focus. It's really important. I mean, I love playing solo as well, but you have that frustration where, I mean, there's no way as a solo player that you can do, well, not no way, but unless you're, you know, the top 0.000 point, you know, like tiny bracket, you can't do it. Like it's not possible. I remember Yannick and I had a very similar experience. Like we'd go into underground, hard mode, you can solo.
Yep.
Yep.
Challenge mode, I was like, holy wow. Maybe now I probably have enough gear to do it a little bit. Heroic, definitely not.
Yep.
And it's not a fun experience.
Yep.
So that's and again, Tuesday night we'll have more details on that.
Yep.
Because it is a big enough change that it's going to have to require a long explanation with visual aids and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But we'll get that for you on Tuesday.
The last main topic for 1.4 is loot. Basically, we are still going on the generosity path. More and better loot, less waiting in activities. So if you are doing HVTs, you will not only get Lone Stars. So if I like the HVTs, I can play them, and I will have a chance to have everything. If I want to go to the Dark Zone, that will drop everything. There will still be some waiting here and there to if I really want to optimize my farm for specific, especially gear set pieces. But overall, I can play everything. I can have everything. So that's a huge revamp in terms of loot as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, there's so someone was asking what's happening on Tuesday night. If you just came to the stream, we're going to be doing a special report on Tuesday night that will give you. Right now, we're just talking about the top level things that we're going to be doing in 1.4, but this will have some examples and a lot more details for you on Tuesday night as it pertains to all of these things. For people who don't know, I mean, just a quick update. 1.4, if you had been living under a rock, isn't survival. It's our core gameplay experience update to make. I'm not going to say it. To improve on the game, to get it back to where it needs to be. So there's a lot in there. And again, Tuesday night, we're going to have a lot more information for you. This does mean that survival is pushed back so we can make this happen, but it will. I'm excited. It's going to be cool.
Stop talking about them and get them done then. The changes are being done.
The changes are being done.
We're not the ones doing
right
them,
now.
so.
You don't want us programming these things, just like Muppet programming. That's not going to work. And to make it as good as it needs to be, and I understand the frustration. It takes more time than is what we want. I'd love it today. I'd love to be like boom, done. But we got unfortunately all because we want it too. Like I'm itching to play 1.4. We want it right now, just like you guys. So yes, waiting sucks, but we got to do it.
It's gonna happen. And by the way, remember, because I've seen some people were asking, when's 1.4 coming? October. That's all we said. We're not committing to a date because the release window. We also depend on the quality. We want to make sure that the quality is good. It's gonna depend on the PTS, everything. We're going to put all of that on the PTS for you guys to test. So depending on the results we will get there, we might need to take some extra days or whatever. We'll see. So that's why so far we are just committing to October.
It's also depending on what's happening downstairs with
Also
the elite,
downstairs with
the elite task force,
Yes.
So we can take their feedbacks into account. But we'll talk about that a little bit later.
Exactly.
So those are the main pillars for 1.4 balancing: time to kill, difficulty scaling, loot.
Yeah.
A lot of other things will be addressed, of course, just by fixing those issues, but they will not be the focus.
Yeah.
So, for example, you can notice that there is no mention of PvP. So no, for this update, PvP is not the focus. All the changes that we are talking about in 1.4 are going to affect PvP in a good way. But don't expect new PvP features, don't expect like change of rules in terms of PvP, but for example, reducing the time to kill on NPCs will help the Dark Zone experience a lot.
Yeah.
You will not
exactly.
get one-shotted by purple NPCs when you want to do your fight in PvP, the gear rebalancing that we are going to do, the changes on
some
the gear
bug
set,
fixes as
the
well.
skills, bug fixing.
Yeah, there's a lot of those things that aren't directly focused on PvP, but will have a big impact
Yeah.
on PvP.
That doesn't mean, though, because I see some people talking about Sentry in PvP and everything, but doesn't mean we are not going to touch the current meta. I mean, there are a lot of changes, as Quentin said, that will have an impact on PvP, since as part of the changes on the gap we said between min-max and non-min-max and everything, we're going to do quite a bit of changes on gear and stats. This will also definitely have an impact on PvP, and that will therefore also be part of the rebalance. So things like Sentry and Shotgun and these kind of things, these are things that will be addressed as part of it, of course.
There will be, we didn't mention it, but of course, with the time to kill and the overall like gear rebalancing, there will be tweaks to weapons, So PvP, you will see effects on PvP, but it will not be, hey guys, that's our PvP, our perfect PvP experience that we build for you. That
Exactly, and I think it's important to state the benefit of that. Like, in an alternate universe where we address PvP right now, in the context of the meta right now, without taking into the meta shift that will like definitely happen based on the changes that we are making, it would be a big mistake. Like, we need to make sure that we first look at how the meta shifts after all these changes happen, and then we'll have. There we go. All right, fantastic.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Banana.
We have a few apples also. I'm
apples? Oh my God, those hipsters with their apples. All right.
Okay.
But yes, I can't say enough the changes and very specific bug fixes that we'll talk about on Tuesday night. There will be a lot of impact on PvP.
Yeah.
But it's not the focus.
Yeah.
Okay.
So again, all of that, we will go in more details on all these changes on Tuesday during the special report live stream. Like, some of them are pretty big. Actually, the difficulty scaling is a very big one. It's a big redesign. So it will take some time to explain everything. And so we will do that on Tuesday. And also, we want to take the time to talk to the Elite Task Force that we have here right now to get their feedback and see if there are any tweaks here and there.
Exactly. Before we talk a little bit about the Elite Task Force, though, PTS, which we announced last week, we have a little bit more on that this week.
Yeah, so we have some dates for you guys with the PTS.
Yes! Success!
Okay, so when is the PTS happening? So as a reminder, for those of you who don't know, PTS stands for Public Test Server. So what we announced last week was that we were going to open a public test server for the division to allow you guys to test the update before we actually release it officially. So the PTS is going to be, that's the bummer, it's only going to be available on PC for PC players, okay? Unfortunately, we cannot have it available on consoles yet because first, PC allows for more flexibility in terms of patching and updates. So doing it on PC means we can like really patch very regularly based on your feedback, which is something that would be harder on console. But that doesn't mean we're completely ignoring console. We're also looking at ways to involve console players in the PTS. So that's something we're definitely looking at. But right now, the first version of it is going to be PC only for 1.4. So yeah, what we're going to do. So dates, I said. On Thursday next week, we are going to have a technical test of the PTS. So
that's the 15th, right?
That's Thursday, September 15th.
Yeah.
So we're going to have a technical test. What that means is that we want to open the PTS to a limited amount of players to test the infrastructure and make sure the PTS works, make sure the process of downloading the client of the PTS, logging into it, getting your characters and all this kind of stuff, we want to make sure that this process actually works.
Yeah.
So for that, we are only going to open it to a limited amount of players. Who will be these players? What we're going to do is we got a lot of applications for the Elite Task Force. This was really crazy, and this was amazing. So as a token of thanks for you guys, all of you guys who applied to the Elite Task Force, the players that will get access to the PTS on Thursday 15th are all the PC players that applied to the Elite Task Force last week.
Yes. Thank you for engaging with such a thing.
That's a thank you to you guys.
Awesome. So yes, again, if you applied and you are on PC, yes. Apply to the Elite Task Force and on PC, you will be first in to the PTS.
And you didn't win. No, but that's the thing. It's like you didn't have to win. We are talking about all the people
Everyone who applied.
Everybody who submitted an application through the form that we put there and that plays on PC will be invited, no matter if you were selected to the Elite Task Force or not. Okay?
Mr. Surreal says all 33 of them. There are a lot more than 33. I don't know if you want to say, but there's a lot. There's a lot of people that will be
a few
getting
more
invites.
digits in that number.
Yes.
So yeah, that will be all of you guys. So that's going to be, as I say, Thursday 15th. But for all the other players that did not apply, that will not be selected, first know that if it happens that we actually need more testers, we will open a new registration form in case we need some. That will be depending on the testing, if we have enough players or not. So keep an eye out for that. And know that if everything goes fine on September 19th, so that's the Monday after that, so that's not Monday coming, that's the Monday after that, so in about 10 days, the PTS will open publicly to all PC players.
Yes.
So then it will be available to all PC players who own the division. You have to still own the division. It's not a free trial version for people who don't own the game.
Yeah.
But if you own the division, you will be able to download the PTS version because it's going to be another client, right?
Yep.
It's going to be another client, so you will have to download the new version. It's going to be available in your games.
Yes.
And then you can log into this version. Your character data from the live version will be transferred to the PTS, so you won't have to restart a new character. You will have your character. We will pretty much kind of refresh your character data every time we update the PTS, basically.
Sure.
And so, yeah, you will have your character data. Know that, of course, your progress on the PTS does not transfer to the live server.
Of course.
So you can play on the PTS, test things, but all the things, all the loot, all the stuff you're going to get while testing on the PTS will not transfer to the live game. So, yeah. What else did I have here? So September 19th opening for everyone. Characters transferred. No NDA. There will be no NDA on the PTS. So you guys will be free to talk about it, stream it, make screenshots, whatever.
So yeah, for the people who can't get in, especially a lot of console people, we understand that's frustrating.
Yeah.
You'll be able to watch it. I mean, I imagine that a lot of people will be streaming it on Twitch, all that sort of thing. We will. So if you want to see us stream that thing, we'll be right here. Yes. So console people, you will still be able to see what's going on.
Yeah, and again, we are still looking at ways to actually make this available to console players as well. It's just that right now we have a solution for PC. We are going to use that one, and we are looking at ways to expand it to consoles. But yeah, it's more complicated than it sounds. Need to download a new client. I talked about that, and the feedback will be on the PTS forums. So on the forums, on the official The Division forums, we will open a new section for PTS, and this is where we will be asking for feedback. So the forums will be open to all players who actually have access to the PTS, but they will be visible and public to everyone. So anybody can go there and read the discussion, but you will only be able to participate in the discussion if you actually tried the PTS version.
Exactly. I see a few people in there asking about Steam.
It's both Uplay and Steam.
It's both Uplay and Steam,
yes, exactly. We've got that one sorted.
Yeah.
Someone's asking, will we be streaming it on the 15th or the 19th? Someone actually said earlier, well, Hamish isn't going to be able to stream it because he didn't apply for the Elite Task Force, which is true.
That's true.
So I'll have to...
Why didn't you apply, Hamish?
I know.
Huh?
Don't you want to fix the game?
I know. No, so sorry. I'll see if I can convince someone to let me in, and we'll do our best to stream it. No. We will be streaming it next Thursday. So, yeah, I guess this time, next Thursday, we'll do a state of the game, and then I'll jump straight on, and we'll be playing it all afternoon. So that'll be very, very cool.
Yeah.
And I'll see who I can grab to come and hang out.
So, yeah, just one quick reminder then, just to sum up this discussion. PTS, next Thursday, opening for technical test to all PC players who applied to the Elite Task Force. And then Monday 19th, Monday, September 19th, public opening to all PC players. That is Uplay and Steam.
Yes. All right. So before we head off, well, actually, before we start talking about the Division and Quentin does some magic, which is actually what's going to happen. Again, this isn't a magic stream. It's the Division stream. And then, we're going to hang around, and Quentin's good at magic, so we're going to do some magic.
Sorry, just quick mention. Somebody's asking, what if you have more than one character? All your characters will be transferred.
Your whole account.
You have the whole account and the stash and everything. So
account-wide. But we said earlier we're going to talk about the Elite Task Force a little bit people have been asking, who's here, all those sorts of things. people have been asking, like, why don't you announce who's coming? We've left that up to the players to decide if they want to communicate that with people. That's, that's up to them. But we have 13 people here. A lot of people have asked, how many people we have. There's 13, some of which you will have heard of, some of which you will have never heard of, which is all part of the plan. So we have some YouTubers, some streamers, some podcasters, but we have more of people who applied that whose names some of them we'd heard of, and some of them we hadn't. So it's been really cool, and we've just finished. Well, we started day 2, so day 1 was yesterday.
Yeah,
and I feel like it was awesome.
it was awesome.
It went really, really well.
Like both from them, I guess, and I hope it's an amazing experience for them to have the chance to come here, meet us, and see that they will actually have a real impact in the end result for that patch and for the future. But I mean, for us as a development team, to meet those like hardcore fans of our game, and it's like, but that's why I wake up in the morning and I do that. Like those guys are crazy. They know everything about everything, and they have so many different profiles between each other. So
that's been the really interesting thing. So for those of you who didn't know, we selected people based on a lot of our analytics internally. I mean, you were more involved in that than I was, but
so we took the applications of the people who applied, and then we crossed that with data analytics to find out what kind of profile do they fit in the game. So all the people who applied, we actually looked at what you're doing in the game as well, because we also wanted to make sure that we select people that are representative of different type of gameplay experience. So we kind of crossed the two of them, and we looked at once the application and your in-game kind of gameplay style, and we selected people that represent all different type of styles. So we have the hardcore people, the hardcore PvE, the hardcore PvP, more casual profiles. We have solo profiles, group profiles. We have some crazy guy who has completed all content in the game in solo, even the heroic stuff. The only one he can't is...
You can't do Dragon's Nest Heroic.
Dragon's Nest Heroic.
Because he can't hit both switches.
So somebody was asking in chat, what's the percentage of YouTubers and non-YouTubers? We have 5 YouTubers/streamers and 8 players that have been selected from the applications. I mean, the YouTubers also applied, obviously, but 8 more unknown players. Yeah,
and again, there were also some people who couldn't make it, and these sorts of things. I mean, I know Eric's and Skill Up have talked about not being able to make it, so we didn't. Yeah, there were other people, but that's the symptom of having to do this thing so quickly, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, we don't want to have to wait to put out update 1.4, and we still want these people to have an impact. So we have to get them over really fast so they can still have an impact on how that all works, that whole submission process and that sort of thing. All right. Yes, I understand that these mics are terrible. I actually have one new microphone, of which I've ordered 3 more, and they're going to be way better. They're going to be so much better. You're going to your ears are just going to feel amazing.
We can't wait to get the new mics because it hurts us as well.
We hate these microphones as much as you do.
And every time we go back to watching the stream or the recording, and we're like, oh my god, the sound is terrible.
Exactly.
So, sorry guys.
Sorry, we feel bad.
But
it's
there's an upgrade coming.
Exactly. It's like a simulator if we were whispering into your ear in the grossest possible way.
Yeah.
So it's like you're right here.
There's probably a lot of breathing, a lot of beard noise, a lot of whatever.
Beard noise?
The beard noise.
Yeah, some people were complaining that they
there you go.
Sometimes they hear the beard. Sorry.
Yeah, have a shave.
For the beard.
Come on, guys.
Yeah.
Do it. But yes, we have 2 more days with the Elite Task Force. It's been really, really cool. Apologies again to the people who applied and didn't get to make it, but you will get into the PTS first as a token of appreciation if you have PC.
For the PC players at least.
But yes, we're getting closer to 1.4. We will be also the Agent Intel on the forums. Yeah, there's a new one.
There was a new one. There's a new one about gear sets. So I know that there's been a lot of confusion because the question is very hard to was very hard to ask and can be very ambiguous because we are asking mechanically.
Yeah.
Mechanically.
Yeah.
Which gear set do you think has the best concept? It's really an idea of concept. Which one do you think would provide the best experience in terms of changing the way you play the game, in terms of being fun to play, and really being an alternative to more normal gameplay? Which one do you think has the best concept, regardless of the current balancing or even the current exact design of the gear set? It's more the idea behind. That's what we want to know. We want to know what do you think is a good example in the gear sets we have right now? Which one do you think is the best example of what gear sets should be in terms of concept and the way they impact your gameplay?
Not the most effective right now, because obviously we know reclaimers, sentries, those sorts of things are overrepresented in their effectiveness. But if you I remember back to before gear sets were released.
McKinley sounds
exactly.
Right. Yeah, that's how I say it.
But when we first talked about gear sets and people looked at the Path of the Nomad bonus, they were like, that's OP.
Yeah.
Now we know it's not. The gear set isn't really that usable unless you're WIDS and you find out a way to make it cool. But it's there's some things that are definitely mechanically interesting. I talked to Yannick this morning about how even sets like Firecrest become more valuable if time to kill is lower, right? But
I see some people are joking in chat saying nerf Nomad, but that's the point, you know, like if you think of the concept of Nomad, which is getting a revive, an automatic revive when you die, that's what we want you to think about. Not the stats of Nomad, not the 100% scavenging and this stuff, because we know it sucks, but we're asking
the concept
of having a gear set that would provide an extra revive when you actually die. Is it something you think is cool? Is it something you like or not? So that's the way we want you to think about it.
Yes, exactly. Nomad is the best. Well, I don't know about that.
Nomad is the best, but yeah.
For a lot of people, it's been an auto deconstruct, but we're very aware. Someone says blind would have been a good set. It would have, but those are the things we definitely.
Somebody said, the concept doesn't work. Yeah, maybe you think the concept of Nomad doesn't work. That's fine.
Exactly.
We just want to know which one do you think actually works, again, on paper. It doesn't, even the way the talent works right now might not exactly reflect what's the concept behind. So it's really the concept we want to know.
Exactly. Okay, well, I think we can consider this the end of the state of the game for the 8th of September, 2016. Are you ready? I see you warming up your hands.
Watch the Marco video. It has all the answers.
Yes.
Well, you know
we
what?
don't
Marco
need
is
to.
actually
Marco's
here, so we're
downstairs.
talking to him right now.
We'd all watched it anyway, but it's great having him here as well.
Yes.
So it's been really cool hanging out with those guys. But if you aren't interested in Magic, which I don't know where your soul has gone, why you aren't a real person, Quentin's really good at Magic. So, and I've missed out, apart from the YouTube video that I've seen, which has been blowing my mind. Look, this isn't going to appeal to a lot of people, but to some people, it will. Again, here's a warning.
Way to set expectations.
No. I'm not trying to say the Magic's going to be awesome. But what I'm saying is, if you aren't interested in Magic, we're done with the Division part of the show, and obviously this is a Division channel, of course, but also Magic's cool. So I'm ready. I'm ready.
Okay,
right.
but
I don't do anything, but
that's going to be very fast. Like, I'm not planning on doing a whole Magic show. Like,
why not, man?
To pay me an extra for that.
All right, but we will. I did actually share a really, really cool a Magic show from you on YouTube.
If chats want, I can brought up my balls and my cards then.
Okay.
But let's start with a quick
Just
one
your
with
balls
my
for today.
So
we're going to have to use
the table, though.
We have to use the wide
Right.
camera,
Because
I
they
think,
can't
for
see.
the whole thing.
But I think, with the wide camera, it should be all
Yeah.
right.
Kevin, do you
That's
mind if...
very
Yeah, perfect.
professional.
So these are the balls.
All right. Oh, wow.
So, sorry
Oh,
about
that's
that.
serious. That's serious.
Amish,
Yes, okay.
are you right-handed or left-handed?
Right-handed.
Okay, can you put your left hand around here?
All right.
And here are my two red French balls.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. So, Amish, do you know how to count to 10 in French? Yeah, let's do it
Trois.
together. Okay, so we will count to 10 together in French. I'm starting to count.
I'm
and
gonna
you follow
fail.
me.
Okay.
Okay, it's okay. Ready?
Right.
So 2 balls, nothing in my hands, nothing in my sleeves.
Okay.
Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, close your hand. 7, 8, 9,
Yeah.
et 10.
Well, no. What? Do I have 2?
Yeah?
What? No. What?
Nerf balls. Balls are OP.
Okay. I have nothing to say about that. Let's have an awkward silence now.
I missed it.
Mind blown. It worked.
That PogChamp. Do you have any more? Or can we do it again?
I don't know if we can. Let me try to find my. I don't even know when my cards are.
Wait, do you have your bag? Is
Yeah,
it just out there?
I think so.
All right, you can
People
if,
asking
if there-
again.
if you're in-
Actually, I didn't even watch. I was like focusing on your counting in French. That was magic.
well, he
too.
switched to English. I did okay.
Yeah, that was confusing.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
7,
8,
8,
9,
9.
10.
You're good. You're good.
Okay. Do we want a little bit more? I got owned by red French balls. It's true. What?
Hacks. Yeah, it's
Okay.
cheating.
If we can, Hamish is French. Confirmed? No.
Yeah.
No, it's not true.
No, he's gone. That
All
was
right,
also
look,
magic.
that's the magic.
disappeared.
Quentin disappeared. He's not coming back. Try
Where is
Japanese.
it? No, how he took his balls.
Is this is the counting stream now? What other? I mean, I can
is he
count to
coming
10 in Maori. What's I don't know Japanese.
Witchcraft. Burn him.
Ichi ni san.
No, he got started. Now he's
Chi,
going to
go,
Black
ro-
Hole.
Wako,
Sichi,
Sichi,
Hachi,
Hachi,
Ku,
Ku,
Chu.
Chu.
All right, I do know how to
Yeah.
go to 10 in Japanese.
Okay.
Okay, we have cards.
Now we
Yes.
have cards.
Guys, we've all resigned, and now we're getting into full-time magic streaming.
Yep.
That's we should probably switch directory to like creative or something. But all right, we'll stay in the division directory for now. Okay, is it a real deck of cards?
This is a real deck
Can
of cards.
can you show? one? Okay.
Of course. So I don't know, guys, how much you can see from here, but if I do something like that,
Yeah, maybe we could go to like my close-up camera just quickly. Like,
Can we grab a camera just and bring it closer or something? Or
that's
you-
would that
perfect.
work?
all right, okay.
Yeah, something. Where is the
Okay.
camera?
Okay.
Is
that
this one right
okay.
here?
So regular deck of cards, 52 cards. They're all different. It would be great to ask chat to select a card and to pick it up, but I would probably not be able to do
Yeah.
that. So
We'll figure that out for
or
another
Hamish,
day.
Hamish, actually,
All
we
right.
can see you from here.
Okay,
Can you just say stop whenever you want?
stop.
Perfect. Take the card. You can show it to the camera. I'm trying to hide myself so I don't see it.
Don't look. And chat, don't say what it is. Or say what it is, but also say 1,000 decoys.
And you can put it back in the deck wherever you want.
We got that? All right.
Okay?
Wherever I want.
Yep.
All right, I'm going to show people. Can I shuffle the deck?
Yeah.
I can shuffle the deck.
Yeah.
People, I think now this is just a ploy to get me to
I'm
say dick.
double checking, but I think he's
Please,
really
please
not.
shuffle my deck.
He's really not
My deck.
watching.
I'm legit shuffling. Okay.
Okay. And you can keep the deck in your hand.
Okay.
Perfect.
Keep
Yeah.
the deck in my hand. Deck, D-E-C-K.
The,
All right.
the deck.
The deck of cards.
All right.
And now, as in a lot of magic tricks, the idea is to find your card. But
Right.
I'm not that good of a magician, so I will not be able to find it alone. I will need help from my little friend. Guess you. I will try to get closer to the camera. But it's out of focus.
It's okay. We can still see what's happening.
So here is Bob. He's a magician as well. We used to work together for like years. He was assistant for David Copperfield at some point, Chris Angel, like he worked with all the big ones, and now we
Okay.
work together. And he is the one that is going to find your card, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
So
You say his name was Bob?
Bob.
All right.
yeah.
Thanks, Bob.
So
What's happening?
the card is behind Bob in the chest, and
don't
he's going
believe
to
it,
find
but
your
sure.
card, okay?
Okay.
So let's go. Okay, he found it,
What?
kind of.
Okay.
Let's,
found the
now
card.
we'll show it to you.
He's going to show it to me.
Yeah.
What? No. It's a what? Okay, you can see. No, but I chose my card.
But Bob is a magician. And we switch places.
That wasn't
They're
part
like
of it.
somebody's telling
Wait,
him
are
in
you
his
in on
head-
this?
They're saying somebody's telling him in his headset. We don't have ear stuff in our headset.
No,
don't
we can
hear
show you
anything.
like air
And I'm
close
not
ups.
part
but
of
that'd be
this. I
gross.
can tell you because I've seen this one already. While we're in a bar having a drink, so I can tell you that I'm not part of that because I still don't get it. It's the second time I see it and I still don't get it.
But
A lot of people want to burn me, though. That's
he's
fine.
a witch.
Witch!
He's a witch.
Burn!
Um.
Burn the witch!
Okay. Quick poll. We're done with the magic for today. But is this something we should do again? I want to do it again, regardless of if we stream it or
some
not.
Magic stuff.
But okay,
This is a glitch.
it's
Maybe.
a glitch.
Exploit.
And no mobile cover was used during the making of this trick, just so you know.
No. Next time, I will probably, if we do this, all right, they say yes. All right, we'll have a GoPro hooked up for
Yeah,
some
perfect.
closer stuff. Okay, okay, unanimously yes.
There
Well,
was a
not
no.
unanimously.
There was a
That's a
no.
no.
There's a okay, but a very very high chance of yes.
That's awesome. Thank you very much, guys.
We're done.
Thank you,
All right,
goodbye.
thank you. We're actually going to go now. We'll see
Okay.
you again on Tuesday, actually, because
Yes.
we are doing State of the Game every Thursday. That's when it is. I mean, there's been some times when it's been changed, but the next thing that we'll be doing, which will be the next big thing, special report Tuesday evening, 7 p.m. We'll again remind you in all sorts of forums to do that. All
Yep.
right. Now, apparently, Quentin needs to drop the mic, and I need to.
And so, no magic on
Something.
Tuesday, all just Division stuff 1.4.
All right. One day we'll have a dedicated magic stream, but not today.
Yes.
All right. Okay. All right. See you guys.
Hey,
Bye.
Bye.